Откуда летит?
Все 10. Офигеть.
Сейчас пошло второе.
Капец, смотри на стол. Ребят, качает меня до сих пор ноги.
Да до сих пор качает.
Смотрите. Все. Господи, боже мой, помилуй. Господи, помилуй.
A massive earthquake has struck off the coast of Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula, triggering tsunami waves across the Pacific and forcing tens of thousands to evacuate. It's one of the strongest earthquakes recorded globally in decades, and its impact has been felt from the remote Kuril Islands to the shores of Japan, Hawaii, and even the western United States. Here's what we know so far.
Молодцы. Зато будут спокойно спать всю ночь. Не колотиться, не подпрыгивать.
On July 30th, 2025, a magnitude 8.8 earthquake struck just off the southeastern coast of Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula. The quake hit at around 4:15 a.m. local time, shaking the ground violently for several minutes. According to seismologists, the epicenter was located about 119 kilometers east-southeast of Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky, and the quake occurred at a depth of roughly 19 kilometers below the seabed. This wasn't just a strong earthquake, it was among the top 6 most powerful earthquakes ever recorded. The tremors were felt across a wide area, and soon after the main quake, a strong aftershock of magnitude 6.9 was also reported. The Kamchatka Peninsula is a remote and volcanic region in Russia's far east. It lies along the Pacific Ring of Fire, a zone known for frequent seismic activity. The earthquake occurred offshore, but its effects quickly rippled inland and across the Pacific Ocean. In nearby Severo-Kurilsk, a town on Paramushir Island, tsunami waves up to 5 meters high struck the coast. Authorities confirmed that parts of the town, including homes, businesses, and public buildings, were inundated. Further afield, tsunami warnings and advisories were issued for Japan, Hawaii, the U.S. West Coast, and even parts of South America.
10.
Including Chile and Colombia. The sheer magnitude of the earthquake led to immediate and widespread concern. Seismic agencies confirmed the quake reached magnitude 8.8, placing it in the category of great earthquakes, capable of causing catastrophic damage, especially when followed by a tsunami. In Severo-Kurilsk, tsunami waves reportedly reached between 3 and 5 meters high, equivalent to 10 to 16 feet. These waves damaged buildings, swamped coastal roads, and swept debris inland. Japan reported wave surges of up to 60 centimeters along parts of Hokkaido and the northeast coast, and smaller waves reached Tokyo Bay. In Hawaii, waves up to 2 meters were observed in some areas, prompting beach evacuations and the activation of tsunami sirens across the islands. Minor wave activity was also recorded along the coastlines of Washington, Oregon, and California. In Severo-Kurilsk, approximately 2,000 residents were safely evacuated before the worst of the tsunami arrived. Local officials stated that prior warnings and quick community response helped prevent major casualties. Still, several people were injured during the initial earthquake. In Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky, Russia, reports emerged of structural damage to homes and public buildings. A kindergarten was among the facilities damaged, though no serious injuries were reported there. One remarkable story came from a hospital in Kamchatka, where surgeons continued performing an operation as the quake shook the building. Medical staff held on to the operating table and equipment to steady the patient while the ground trembled beneath them. The operation was completed successfully, and the story quickly spread across social media. In Japan, nearly 1 million people were advised to evacuate coastal zones as tsunami alerts were issued. Trains were temporarily halted, and coastal residents moved to higher ground. Fortunately, no major injuries were reported. The most significant infrastructure damage was reported in parts of Kamchatka and the Kuril Islands. In Severo-Kurilsk, the tsunami flooded streets and damaged fishing facilities, storage buildings, and power lines. The town's fish processing plant was partially submerged. Power outages occurred in some remote villages, though emergency generators were activated. Roads in low-lying coastal areas were blocked by debris and floodwaters, hampering access for first responders. In Japan, transportation was disrupted in several prefectures, with some ferry routes canceled and rail services suspended temporarily as a precaution. There were no reports of major nuclear or industrial damage, although the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant took safety precautions and relocated non-essential workers inland. Authorities confirmed that all systems remained secure. Emergency teams in Russia were deployed quickly after the earthquake. Helicopters and boats assisted in checking coastal communities for damage, and military personnel were sent to support local police and rescue teams. Medical supplies and food were flown into affected areas, especially on Paramushir Island. In Japan, the Meteorological Agency issued tsunami alerts and coordinated with local governments for mass evacuations. Public sirens were activated along coastal areas, and emergency shelters were opened in schools and community centers.
Ой, вот качает. Чувствуете?
Ну, буёк съебал.
Борис, звони быстро по съёбкам порта.
Пиздец всей нашей морпродукции. Ой, бля.
超える超える超える。明らかにですね、様子変わってきてますね。ほら、すごい。